Hey guys, this is Brian, aka Texas Treasures, and today I want to do a quick tutorial on how to use Terapeak to increase your eBay sales, to sell your items faster, and to price your item correctly. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Alright, I am listing a pair of Nayot Mules clogs. Right here you can see the pictures. These are like brown comfort shoes made in Israel. You can see I've already got the title made out. I have my SKU. I've noted the condition. I have all 12 pictures. I have all of my required item specifics. I have the important recommended. I have the description filled out. And now I'm at the pricing. And this is where Terapeak really comes into shine. And so what you can do is under the research tab, you will have Terapeak product research. I think you have to have a store for this. I could be wrong, but if you're a serious reseller, you definitely want the store subscription anyway. And so what I've done is, like, I typed in the keywords that are most relevant, Nayot Mules 38, which is the Euro size, because with shoes, if there's a lot of items, I want it to be as specific to the item that I have. So you have a couple options here. What I do first of all is I look at the last 90 days. I hit the research button. I select the condition which these are used, and I hit apply. So down below we have a lot of good data we can look at. One of the first things that's going to show up is, right now I'm looking at the sold page. You can also look at the items that are active. On the active page, they will show you the average listing price is $34, the price range between $13.95 to $65, the average shipping price, the percent of people who are doing free shipping, and the percent of people who are using promoted listings. That's interesting, but to me, the proof is in the pudding. What has actually sold? So over the past 90 days, and we're going to look at 90 days and 365 days, because with these are mules, so these might sell better during the summer is what I'm thinking. But over the last 3 months, which is fall and winter, the average sell price is right at $29, as low as $9.69 and as high as $59.99. Average shipping is $11.57, and only 8% of people are doing free shipping. This is based on 24 items sold with a sell-through rate of 15%. That is the percent of items that have sold in the past 90 days. So 15% of the items listed in the past 90 days have sold, with a number of sellers, 23, and the total sold. Now, down below, and when you're looking at this is probably one of the more important numbers to look at. Like, if you were in a hurry, you could just quickly look at this and say, hey, if I want to sell mine at the average price, it's around $29, and you don't have to go into that any further. But I want to go into a little deeper dig. Over the past 90 days, you can see what they're selling for on average. You have an arrow over here, which gives you more information. This shows you the total number sold. So if you're looking at the volume, you can see about every other day on average, one sells. There's a couple days that two sold. So this is not an item with a whole lot of items that are selling. It's probably because there's not a whole lot of them out there. It also gives you the average sold price right here on the blue line, and the total number that sold, so you could actually look at both. What are they selling for, and what is that price? If we keep clicking to the right, now this one is really interesting because the average is the mean, right? If you take the total amount sold divided by the number sold, that gives you the average. But this is the median, which means it tells you how many items sold at which price range. Like at this low price range, one sold. Like they sold too cheaply. At the high price range, this person got a lot of money, between $54.99 and $59.99. One sold. The heart of the selling, the heart of the median, is 8 items sold between $29.81 and $34.83. So this is where it's going to depend on your model, right? If you want all of the money, you could price it up here. It's probably going to take you a long time to get that. If you want to sell super fast and give it away, you can price down here. I would say this probably makes the most sense for the most people. Price between 29 and 35. Like I would probably price this at $34.99. You can maybe even go a little bit higher, maybe $39.99 if you do offers, if you do sales, which I do. So that this would probably make sense to me. And you can see up to $44.99. So this is probably the heart right here, and this is really good information. Let's see, the percentage of market share. This one, actually, I haven't looked at this. Let me see, 90% of sellers represent 88% of sales. Okay, so you can see like how many sellers are, like, are there sellers controlling the market? I don't think on this, it's that important distribution of items sold in top category. All right, now let's do this. Let's switch this to the past year, past 365 days. We're going to hit research again. We're going to do, now if you had new, you might want to click on new. I'm at use. So you can see over the past year, 106 of this style in this size have sold. And the average sold price looks like it's, let me see, did that update? Yeah, it did. It looks like it's about the same though. Somebody sold this for $3.50, way too cheap unless it was trash. The one thing you're not going to see on the past year, which is why I would look at the past 90 days first, is the sell-through rate. They only do that on 90 days. You can see the total sold, and you still have all this information here. Now, this is kind of interesting. When you're looking at it on year to year, you can see that in the summer, the day that the most of these sold was May 21st. That is spring. That makes sense. And when you're looking at the distribution, let's see, let me move that out of the way. It looks like here in the spring through, I don't know, through the fall, like right here in the spring probably is the peak, but this sells pretty well year round. So this is an item that may not be that sensitive to seasonality, and with some items that is a factor. Same thing, average sold price, total number sold, and this distribution of listing prices during the year, you can see year round, actually the highest median is in this $14 to $20 range. That to me still a little bit low. My model, I'm probably going to be selling like anywhere, you could look anywhere between $15 to like $43 is like most of the sales are happening in this range. So this is very valuable information right here. Now, if you go a little bit lower, you can actually see the items that have sold. And you can sort these, like right now I have it average sold price, like this, basically the $60 pair, and it's sorted down. You could do it low to high. You could look at the average shipping, the total number sold, and the date sold. So I typically look at this in two ways. My default, I'd like to look at what the highest thing sold to see what differentiates those listings. Maybe those are better listings, and like on this one we can actually click on it because it was within the past 90 days, and no, maybe take a look at the title. Nayot leather slide, that could be a keyword that you may want to use. On Rome sandals, mules, women's Euro 38. Nothing really that spectacular about the title. Pictures are fine, but the pictures, there's nothing spectacular about the pictures. Description, actually, I think that's hard to read. That's too much. That should be maybe in bullet point, but it can show you like what this item can sell for. The other filter I will often use is by date sold, like what's happening most recently. The last pair sold on January. I'm sorry, that's the oldest. So that would be from the oldest date. Let's look at from the newest. On January 16th. These sold for $30, and you could kind of see like recently, here's a pair that sold for $32. These sold too cheap at $9 and change. These sold for $40, $30, $30. So you can kind of see, looking at the distribution, that the $30 to $40 range is probably a good place for these shoes. So this Terapeak gives us a lot of information. So now that I've learned all that, I'm now going to come over here to my listing. Now, one thing about my pair of shoes, when you're talking pricing, like these are in really good condition, except there is a chip here on one of the side of the hills. So I probably need to consider that. I also have that noted in the condition description. So I would say normally I would price this at like $39.99. Maybe $34.99, maybe $29.99. Even with that defect, I'm gonna go $39.99. I just kind of like to price a little bit on the higher end of the mean or the median, and that's the price I'm gonna go at. I do 30-day free returns. The shipping on these, I'm gonna ship these at $9.99. So I do same day. Most of these will go in an 8x5 by 15 bucks with 2 pounds. I don't promote mine right away. If they haven't sold in 30 days, I then will promote them. Let's see. And yeah, I'm ready to list these. I'm gonna go ahead and click them, and these are listed. If this content's been valuable, guys, smash the like button, subscribe for more useful content, and comment below. Let me know, what is your pricing strategy when you are pricing items, and do you use Terapeak, or how do you price it? Hope this has been helpful. We'll see you on the next video, guys.